You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
How's this? I'll ask a question.
What question?
Jazz question. Hey, you get it right. We roll.
I know everything there is to know about Miles. Lay it on me.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neil, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
The cream of the crop!
All right, welcome to Triviality, a game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. I'm going to be your host today, and what we're going to do is one of our famous bonus Lay It On Me's.
Yeah, and this is Ken. I'm here to provide some interesting questions to Jeff. And I just want to start the show off by saying happy birthday, Jeff.
Thank you.
Yesterday was your birthday and your swift march to your demise.
Yes, it's true.
Oh, I didn't know it was your birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Because you're never on Facebook, so I don't see your Facebook.
It's true.
And I didn't know your birthday. So
my Facebook photo is me like 15 years ago. So
I was told to wish you a happy birthday yesterday, and I didn't. So my apologies.
Well, your birthday gift from me.
I'm not heinously offended.
Your birthday gift from me is an extremely difficult Game of Thrones Lay It On Me. So this is the category that you requested. I know you like the show and you read the books a little bit. So you want to give a little background on that?
Sure. I'm not feeling confident. I know there's a lot of materials in the books and the show. I read the books through probably about 4 years ago now, 5 years ago, because I just couldn't wait for season 3. So I read all the books in the interim.
You just filled in between seasons and you read several thousand pages of books?
Yeah, I read 5 of them in one like 5-month stint. In anticipation of every season, I go back and I rewatch the whole canon.
All right, well, some of these questions mainly pertain to the show, and some do reference the books. If not noted, I think it would reference both. My knowledge is mostly based on the show. I tried to choose questions that wouldn't be ambiguous between the two. So if you're ready.
Ken, lay it on me.
All right. So in anticipation of the penultimate season to start, let's jump right into the questions. What is the name of Bran Stark's dire wolf?
You have Shaggy Dog, which is Rickon's. You have Lady, which is Sansa's. You have Nymeria, which is Arya's. And Ghost for Jon Snow. And so Bran's is going to be... Grey Wind is for Rob, so that only leaves one.
Zoink Scoob. It made me think of Shaggy Dog, sorry.
You got them all.
Yeah, you definitely got all the other ones.
All of them except the one that I need. Not off to a good start. I think I'll tap out on this one.
Okay, the one wolf that you couldn't name was Summer.
Oh, that was so dumb.
All right,
I know that.
Here's another quick question about some of the naming conventions in Game of Thrones. What is Gilly's son's name in the book series? I'll give you a little hint. It is different. So in the TV show, it's Sam.
Sam, yeah, because she names it after
in the book, it's
his father.
It's different. So I'll give you that hint.
I can't remember for sure, but I'm going to guess that she names it Craster after her former husband.
Well, unfortunately, that is incorrect. The baby doesn't actually have a name. In wildling tradition, you don't name a baby until it's 2.
Okay.
But you can give it a milk name, according to the Game of Thrones Wikipedia.
Trick question right away.
Yep.
All right, moving on to a historical question about the Game of Thrones world. What is the name of the battle fought during Robert's Rebellion in which Rhaegar Targaryen was killed and Barristan Selmy was wounded?
Robert smashes in Rhaegar's head with his warhammer. Blackwater keeps coming to my head, but that's, of course, much later.
One could say it's a 3-pronged answer.
This is tough. I stopped watching after season 4, and I need to catch up. And I couldn't tell you maybe like 3 people's names.
One could say it's a tri-toothed answer.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's the Battle of the Trident.
Oh, yeah.
All right, moving on.
That makes sense because the Trident River is where the Tullys are.
So this is proving pretty difficult. I meant I maybe went a little too hard in the paint on these.
No, I'm exceptionally sleep deprived and I'm having an off day.
Okay.
Well, luckily, people who listen, there's got to be someone out there who might know these, and they have to reach out.
Let me explain something. There's a lot of people out there who are going to know all these. Like, these are not hard questions. I'm really blowing it. So.
Okay, so this is probably the hardest question that I have. Aegon Targaryen V had 4 children. Name 2 of them besides Aerys II, the Mad King.
Maester Aemon Targaryen. So that would be 1.
No.
What do you mean no?
Well, Maester Aemon, I believe, is Aerys' uncle.
He's not brother to the Mad King?
No. I found a nice family tree of the Targaryens online.
As someone who doesn't watch the show, this all sounds like such nonsense to me.
Actually, even if you watch the show, they don't explore any of this. So your best bet, I mean, even if you read the books, your best bet is to like look at family trees. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was the Blood Riders. I think that was earlier. I want to say that was a couple generations back. The ones who last rode and tamed real dragons. So I don't think it's any of them. So Nymeria would be a famous one of them. Arya's direwolf is actually named Nymeria after one of the famous dragon Blood Riders.
So you do know a little bit about the history here.
I mean, I could just spit out names, but I don't think it's going to do any good.
Okay, well, I have here Brother Duncan, his sister and Queen, Rhaelia.
Yeah.
Yes, Queen.
And Darren.
I was not going to get those.
Okay, moving on to the next question, and this is our 5th question. So we're going to switch it up with one that was submitted by a listener. So this is from Greg, and he actually texted me this one earlier to try to squeeze it in. So you know Greg, and I know Greg personally, so you can imagine what kind of question this is. And any incorrection in this question can be blamed straight on him. I did not do research on this question. Prince Doran Martell has been wheelchair-bound in Dorne for many years due to a type of arthritis affecting his feet. High levels of what compound have built up, leading to crystal formations leading to his disease?
This is a science question.
It is, yeah.
Greg also included the fact that you had spoken about this malady a little while ago, so he was pretty sure you could sort it out.
Yeah, because I'm going to remember everything we've ever talked about. I don't know.
All right. Well, he's afflicted with gout.
Right.
Does that lead you to any further answers about the compound?
No, I don't know what the compound is.
All right. Well, that would be uric acid. Usually a rich, purine-rich food like meat or alcohol, the historically rich would lavish in it, and it would increase the uric acid, leading to gout. So that's where that comes from, and the kidneys just can't process it.
I would have gotten gout, but not uric acid.
All right. Let's move on. This is a geography question.
Yay!
It's geography of Essos. What is the northernmost of the 9 free cities of the continent of Essos?
Bravos.
Bravos is correct. Hey. This is the one he knows.
On the board.
On the board.
You're talking to someone who owns the Game of Thrones world map. So.
All right. So this one, I think you can get. We're gonna get a little bit more gentle with the questioning now. In Westeros, there are 9 administrative regions divided amongst the great houses, besides the crown lands, of course. What is the name of the region which is ruled by House Tyrell?
Okay, so the Tyrells rule over in Highgarden.
Mm-hmm.
The Baratheons are the Stormlands. Winterfell rules over the north. Lannisters have Casterly Rock, which is in the Westerlands, but I can't remember if that's anything more specific.
You have this uncanny knack of knowing everything except the answer on these questions.
I'm not going to keep you here all day. What is it?
All right, it's the Reach.
No, It is the Reach. I was thinking that the Reach was where the Eyrie was. But no, that wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, Highgarden, the Reach. Yeah, I should have gotten that.
All right, this one's kind of difficult. I apologize. The faceless man who assumes the identity of Jaqen Hagar claims to be from where? Which may or may not be true, because he's actually identityless, but...
The faceless man?
Yeah, Jaqen Hagar.
Yeah.
Is actually a faceless man. So his name's not really Jaqen Hagar, and he doesn't really have a place of origin per se. But where does he claim to be from?
I have like one of two guesses. So it's either like east in the lands like that nobody has explored. Like so far east it's off the map, it's uncharted. Or I was thinking that he might be from Valyria because of the Doom. I thought that might be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I could be way off. I don't really remember. But I'll go with Valyria.
Okay, it says here that he claimed to be from Lorath.
Okay.
Is that the guy that recruited Arya?
Yes.
So my question, because I haven't continued the show, it's been a while. Does he change his face like through some sort of medieval surgery, or is it magic?
I'm gonna let you just watch the show.
Oh, did they tell you about that?
No, but I think you'll find it rewarding.
Oh, okay.
It feels like it might be a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just
put it that
curious.
way.
Okay.
It's not Dr. 90210.
All right. So we often come up with good currency questions on the show, and you seem to enjoy them. So what are the 3 denominations of coinage used in Westeros?
I'm realizing how much of this show I don't remember.
See, when we discuss Game of Thrones, you come at me pretty hard with the hard knowledge. So I made it pretty hard, but I might have gone a little too hard.
No, I'm just really failing at this. What happens if I don't get a single one right?
You got
did.
one.
No, I mean really. Like I got one.
Then Tom Cruise assassinates you. Man.
That summer.
What do you want me to tell you?
That summer one is really bumming me out.
just gotta-
Like that set a standard for just subpar performance here.
You just don't know which question Tom Cruise would have asked you from this list, so...
You used to play D&D.
Oh, I'm assuming it's like some kind of like gold, copper, and silver coin.
Okay, so we're there.
Yeah. Oh, really? It wasn't anything more than that? I thought you were looking
Well,
for
there's
specific
a
names.
little more. We can give credit for gold, silver, copper. I have officially the gold dragon,
Yeah, that
the
would make
silver
sense.
stag, and the copper penny.
You don't. Oh, the penny's kind of funny. Yeah, you don't have to give credit. This is supposed to be hard.
All right, next question. Dario Naharis is portrayed very differently in the television show and in the books, specifically the colors of his hair, beard, and mustache. What are those colors of his hair, beard, and mustache?
Actually, I thought when you were going Dario Harris, I thought you were going to make a joke about how they switch actors halfway through the series.
Well, we'll get to that.
Oh, is that like Khaleesi's right-hand man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends on what you mean by right-hand man.
Or both hands man?
Well, at different points in the show, and also like how
At certain points in the show, he's definitely the both hands man.
I think it's blue.
Okay, what color is beard?
Yeah, I know they're really specific in the book. I'm just coming up blue though, because I remember that being like really distinctive. And then
the hair is blue. The
yeah.
beard is blue.
Yes.
Also.
Okay. Then I would guess
the mustache is
maybe yellow.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
So credit on that one.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the follow-up question. From season 4 on, Dario is portrayed by Mikael Huisman. I believe that's the correct pronunciation. Mikael Huisman.
Apologies.
Yes. What other actor portrayed this character in season 3? Don't call him Francis. He doesn't like that.
I don't know actors' names aside from the main ones.
Okay. This guy is Ed Skrein.
Okay.
He was in Deadpool as Ajax.
Okay.
And Deadpool kept calling him Francis, and he didn't care for it. What is pictured on the sigil for House Umber in the books?
Oh, it's a troll.
Yeah, it's a roaring giant in chains.
Yeah.
So he got credit for that. And what's their sigil in the show? Because it's different. Part of the previous sigil is involved in this also.
I'm seeing the sigil and I'm just seeing like a hulking beast, but I can't remember any chains. But it could be the opposite. It could just be chains. I don't remember.
Okay, so the giant was in the books, but just the chains were for the show. So it's 4 linked silver chains in an X formation on a red background.
Okay, I can see it now. I was thinking of a different house then.
What is the name of the sword gifted to Jon by Jorah Mormont?
Gives him.
It sounded like I said Jorah because I kind of stumbled there.
It's Jeor.
Jeor Mormont.
I know.
To clarify,
I knew what you meant. It's Jeor.
Jorah was quite far away at the time to be given swords.
He was.
Is that the guy in the friend zone?
Yeah. Okay. he doesn't have a sword to give.
Friends on Mormont. To be fair, he didn't deserve the sword, which is why his old man kept it and gave it to Jon.
Yeah, what's the name of that sword?
Longclaw.
There you go. All right. Prior to losing one of his hands, was Jaime Lannister left or right-handed?
Well, he loses his sword hand, and I'm trying to remember if they do something different for the show than for the books.
I believe it's the same both ways.
I think he's portrayed as being left-handed.
I have him as right-handed.
No.
I think he was right-handed in both.
I think I was more thrown off by the idea that you thought it was hard, because I would have just gone right-handed, because I kind of see it, but
yeah, I was trying to trick you a little bit.
You succeeded.
I thought at this point, you'd have you'd be blowing it out of the water. So.
Yeah, I am not. That is not a thing.
All right, so this is the last question, and since this is the 16th question, technically, it'll be kind of a bonus. Prior to its destruction, what was the official ancestral weapon of House Stark?
Oh, that's ice.
Ice, the Valyrian steel greatsword.
Why can't you ask me more weapon questions?
Here's
I'm
a
great
bonus.
with those.
Here's the bonus on the bonus.
Worth 20 points.
Deal.
What two swords were forged from Ice's Valyrian steel after its destruction?
One was given to Jaime Lannister. He eventually gives that sword to Brienne of
Tarth.
Brienne of Tarth.
Yes. Got one.
You knew one thing.
You knew a thing that wasn't a question. To be fair, I knew a lot of things that weren't questions today too. So that one ends up in her hands, and that sword's name, I know Jaime gives it away, and there's a reference to the fact that she deserves it because of honor. So I know it has something to do with that. The other sword, I think they don't want to, but eventually give it to Joffrey. Because I remember him parading that around briefly before his demise. Smirking over here.
Sigur Rós is in that scene.
Darn it! I was hoping Sigur Rós was a question. That's fine. I'm allowed to be mad.
Oh yeah, I should have done that. I love Sigur Rós. Forgot to ask that question.
Yeah, the Sigur Rós question's kind of great. I was hoping you might ask that. Yeah, but
so for the listeners, Sigur Rós play the minstrels in the purple wedding scene.
Correct. Not the red wedding scene. That's a bunch of nobodies. But however, the variation of Reigns of Castamere playing before, that was the last scene I had seen before I had read the books, because I was just like, I'm done. That's it. I can't take any more.
Well, the red wedding has Charlie Chaplin's granddaughter in it.
Well, you've placed these two swords correctly, so let's give them credit.
No. I'm going to get there. No, I'm just kidding. I'm never going to get there.
All right, so they're named Oathkeeper.
That's the one that gives to Brienne.
The little bastard.
Yes.
Names it Widow's Wail.
Okay. Yes.
Needle is Arya, right?
That is correct.
Needle is Arya, correct.
Sticking with the pointy end.
That's the end of the game. Matt, what's the score tally?
Oh, we weren't keeping score. We'll be pleasant, because it was not good.
Let's go to Tom Cruise with the score. Ooh, that does not turn out good for Jeff. I'm sorry he's assassinated you, but
Jeff, do you have a one or two questions that you can turn the tables on Ken with right now off the top of your head?
How about we'll start with a fun one. What is the motto of House Lannister?
So
I think I know this one.
Let's go ahead, Neil.
Ooh, I like this.
I bet you he's wrong.
I don't know about the motto. I just know they always say a Lannister always pays his debts.
You would think that would be the motto, but it's not. It's hear me roar.
Oh, because they're the lions.
That is correct.
Well, they do say that though, right? That they always pay their debts.
They do say that, and they also say specifically, you would think that that's the motto, but it's not.
They say that from the show?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
They do.
I believe Bran is learning the house mottos. Somebody's learning the house mottos, and
early in
is Bran
season
the one
one
who gets chucked out the window when incest is happening?
Yeah, almost immediately.
Yeah,
after the show begins.
Okay.
What is the sigil for House Tully?
Fish.
Yes, that would be the fish.
Yep. I remember the guy Blackfish.
Yes, I was just going to ask you for Brendan's.
Wait, is the sigil just like their logo?
Yeah.
I might know a few of those, but
okay, that's fine. Let's go through them. How about we'll start with an easy one then for Neil. House Stark.
That's the wolf.
Yes.
Or dire wolf.
What is House Aaron's sigil?
It's a bird with a crescent moon.
Yeah, I would have never gotten that one. I'm glad you didn't ask that.
What is the name then of the keep in the Eyrie, Ken?
So the Eyrie is the land.
The Eyrie, yeah. Actually, I think it has a. So there's a couple others.
Because River Run is the land, right?
No, River Run is
that's a phrase. Like.
No, River Run is House Tully.
Oh, okay.
Two things. All I heard was Reverend Run from Run DMC.
Yeah, Rev Run.
And then the Erie was a location of a TV show Matt and I used to watch in Indiana.
Erie, Indiana. Classic show.
Fine. So other easy house sigils. Why don't you do Lannister?
Lannister's the lion.
Yep. Baratheon.
I think it's like a deer or a stag.
Stag. Yeah. How about...
That might be the extent.
No, how about House Greyjoy?
Oh, it's Theon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sully's the fish. Oh, they're the like the squid or the octopus?
Yeah.
It would be a Kraken, but that's close enough. It's a good one. Their motto is one of my favorites.
So do Krakens actually exist in the Game of Thrones world?
That's a great question.
As long as they're released.
Or do they admit
Unleashed.
fully... Do they fully admit that it's a fantasy character even within the fantasy storyline?
I don't know. I don't know if they're real or not. There's no exploration of that.
Maybe season 7 we'll get a Kraken. A little Kraken action.
So what about
Kraken?
What about House Tyrell? Anyone want to take a stab at the sigil?
That's the Rose, and they're not too happy about it. Or at least Mama Tyrell's not very happy.
Oh, that's the older
First
lady.
of all,
Yeah.
you leave the wonderful Lady Olenna out of this because she's possibly one of my favorite characters in the entire series.
Natalie Dormer is from Tyrell, right? The one who marries Joffrey and doesn't want to?
Yes, before she marries Tommen, but after she marries Renly.
Who's the guy she marries after that?
Tommen, the youngest brother. Little pussy.
Oh, okay.
His name is Sweet
Language,
Tommen.
sir.
Sweet Tommen.
Sweet Tommen. Is
Oh,
what
doesn't
they
she
call
like
him.
take his virginity too?
Would you like to name one of Sweet Tommen's cats? There are many, but I'm just looking for one in particular.
I don't know the names of his cats.
How about Sir Pounce?
That's what I was talking about. Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, obviously.
Sir
Pounce.
Sir Pounce is one of his cats.
That's pretty good.
That's the real notable one.
Before we go, I just wanted to mention too, fans of David Benioff, who is one of the co-creators of the television series based on the George R. R. Martin books.
With D.B. Weiss.
Yeah, and David Benioff wrote a really good book, if you're looking for a new one, called City of Thieves. And I definitely recommend the audiobook of that because Ron Perlman does an amazing rendition of it. But look out the plot. I won't give it away, but it's a very, very good read.
All right. Well, Jeff, thanks for fielding those very difficult questions. I'm sorry it was so hard on you. Tom Cruise did not let you off the hook on that one, but hope you enjoyed this Lay It On Me. This was Triviality.
Shame. 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 Shame.